Hello guys, welcome to Malumanodo official channel, a channel in which we talk about life issues, we talk about life challenges, and we try our best to solve them. All the way we have been talking about alcoholism, talking about challenges facing men, challenges facing students in school, and today we are having a different interesting story that is happening in the society. Actually, it's affecting very many people. We are talking about grieving. When you lose your loved one, when you lose your friend, you lose somebody, how best do you grieve until you overcome? We have a guest in the show who will be talking about the same and also sharing. He will share her story while also explaining more about grieving. So be tuned and understand how best to overcome grieving and you recover fully. Usiende kujiua kwa sababu umempoteza yule ambaye unamwenzi. Karibu sana. Thank you so much, Mada, for coming to the show. So, can you introduce yourself to the viewers so that they can know you?
Yeah, thank you for this golden opportunity. I'll call it so.
Yeah.
My name is Sarah.
Yes.
And I'm here I'm humbled and
Yes.
also so much honored.
Yes.
To have this opportunity. And to share my story, my grieving story with you.
Okay.
And I'm hopeful it will touch a life, it will help a person. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Actually, thank you so much for getting the courage to come. Yeah, it's not easy for you to gather that courage to share that story so that they can help a person who is grieving. So straight to the first point. Who did you lose so that what caused your grieving? How so that you can start your grieving story now?
Yeah, the person whom I lost is my husband, the father to my kids.
Oh, Pole.
Yeah, a very close person, as you can hear.
Yeah, yeah.
And given that we were very, closely related,
Yes.
he never treated me badly.
Yeah.
A person I had stayed with for the last, I'm talking about a couple of years.
Yeah.
It was such a big blow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was my husband whom I lost.
You lost lost him the last 3 years. You said.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, and you have been married for around, let's say, 15 years or.
Yeah, or so.
15 years.
Yeah.
It was painful indeed, huh?
So much.
Yes.
Words can't explain how. Yeah.
How did it happen?
I'm talking about a person who was sound, a person who was healthy, a person who had left the house like 2 days to his demise.
Okay.
In fact, he lost his life. His death was caused by a fatal accident.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he succumbed to major injuries. That is what caused his life.
He died on the spot?
Yes, he died on the spot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he died on the spot.
Yeah. I know it was very painful receiving that news. How was it? Who broke the news to you?
The person who broke the news to me was my sister-in-law.
Okay.
I think the news, the people, many people had known about it, but they were like, this person is, staying far away from home. She is alone.
Yeah.
How are we going to break this news to her? How will she react? How will she take it, So they had to buy time. But this particular one, my sister-in-law, broke the news to me. Yeah.
I know there was a lot of crying.
There was a lot of crying.
Yeah.
I never took it, lightly, because I even was almost like yelling at her because through the phone, because I couldn't understand how. This is somebody who was well, somebody who had left the house, promised to come back, know. In fact, it was on a Tuesday that he left the house, and he promised to come back on Saturday, the very, very week.
Yes.
So it wasn't easy. Yeah.
And you are on communication with him?
Yes. In fact, till the last, I think a few, let's say an hour to his demise, I had talked with him, and he was like, I'm on my way, we cannot communicate well, so let me reach at the house and then I'll call you. We talk better. So you see, receiving news that such a person has, died. Yeah. Hey, it wasn't easy.
How did you break it to the kids? did you tell your kids immediately that
Yeah,
you have lost
immediately I was left, I broke down. I started
Okay.
crying.
Okay.
And so my kids ran to me. Mom, what is it? Why are you crying? I had to tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw the point of, keeping it to myself.
Okay.
I just told them, yeah, dad has died.
Yes.
What is that? They couldn't even understand, but somehow they learned things were not right.
Yeah.
From the way I was, I was carried away by grief and crying and yeah.
Oh, okay. So, okay. This is a person who was your friend, a friend to the father, to the kids, and also very close to you. Sindio? He has died. Huh? That process of burying him, how was it? How was that experience? Mpaka ya kumzika, mpaka mwisho. How was that experience?
So at some point, I isolated myself. Like I needed this time to, to put to think about my life. Now that it had been twisted,
Yeah.
it has been given, it had been given a twist.
Okay.
I found myself, isolating myself. But one thing I can remember immediately, I received those news.
Yeah.
Your husband is dead. Something I can't remember is I told God, now it is between me
And you.
and you.
Yeah, okay.
Please, God, give me courage.
Okay.
That is what I told God. So during all this grieving period, I told myself that I must stay calm. I must stay calm so that I could, figure out things, because it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But something I can remember is I lost my appetite. I lost my
appetite.
memory.
Okay.
I couldn't remember a couple of things, like very simple things. Very simple things, like a pin of my phone. I forgot. I forgot. Somebody could be speaking to me, and I'm just there, saying yes, yes, not even, grasping what he's really telling me.
Okay.
So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy also to my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you used to visit the morgue.
Yes.
Yeah. Was that helpful or more?
I think it helped me. Like it was one way of grieving.
Okay.
Personally, my personality. I was a person to whom you cannot, start telling, we are from a burial, we've, those stories of the dead, and, I believe when something hasn't happened to you,
Yeah.
the assumptions that come with it are just mere words, plain words.
Yeah.
But when you are hit as a person,
Yeah.
it changes you altogether.
Yes.
So I can remember, yes, like courageously, I could visit the morgue, yes, go, see my husband there, something that I never did in the whole of my life.
Before.
I never did it.
Yeah.
But now I realize that I gathered courage, I gathered courage. It was hard when I attend funerals to go and, for example, like see, look at a corpse. But now I came to realize, like, this is a person like any other. We were very close. I think you are understanding what I'm saying.
Yes.
So it wasn't really a big deal going and, looking at this person.
Yeah.
So basically and generally, the demise of my husband changed me. It changed me.
Yeah.
I became a totally different person, and I learned that I gathered courage. The courage that wasn't there initially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pole sana. So we want to go to the next step now. You have buried your husband.
Yeah.
Now that is upon your shida inaanza. That is where problems come, or you are now facing reality. How did you face that reality? In that now in the house there is no husband, now there is no father. You are the father and the mother. How hard was that?
Of course, it is evident. We can see that with death, everything is disrupted.
Yes.
Grief disrupts normalcy. That is, everything, gets a twist.
Okay.
Everything is, disrupted. Everything.
Yeah.
So the truth dawned on me. You know, after burial, every other person goes
Yes.
his or her way.
Yeah.
You know, the closest friends, the brother-in-laws, you know, the nephews, name them. Everybody has to go. They
Yes.
resume to work.
Yeah.
And you find yourself being left
Alone.
So this is where you have to decide and decide well. You know, decide and decide well.
Yes.
So you find yourself trying to accept, because now the truth dawns on you.
The reality.
The reality.
You have to face it now.
You have to face it.
Yeah.
So there are always stages of grieving, you know. There is denial. You get the news. The news are broken to you, but you are like, no, this cannot happen. You know, he'll come back someday.
Yes.
We expecting him in a few, but the truth is this person is not coming.
Yes.
So I also underwent that, of course. Denial. You know, I was looking up to, you know, seeing him again, but this was a lie. So I had to accept. I found myself being enraged, like I was filled with anger. You know, where is this?
Yes.
Why did this have to, you know, why me? Like, why me specifically? Why did this have to happen to me?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was filled with anger. At some point, I was depressed. I could hardly eat.
Okay.
I can even remember I really lost weight, you know. You are thinking a lot, you know.
Yeah.
You can't feed well.
Okay.
You cannot eat well.
You can't.
What
Yes.
is the implication? It affects your health,
Yes.
you know. So you also find yourself isolating yourself from the people.
Yeah.
You know, from people. You don't want to, you know, to stay with people. You want your time alone.
Yeah.
All this comes as a result of grieving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So from there, so how did you recover now? You have said that you were depressed, you lost memory. Who helped you? How did you recover now, so that you can assist the viewer to use the same process to recover after losing your loved one?
Yeah, so acceptance. The truth has dawned on me, you know, finally, this person is no more.
Yeah.
He's no more, he's not coming, you know. In fact, even as time goes by, you know,
heals.
days, you know, weeks, you know, months, you come to realize this person is not here. Life has to go back to normal.
Yeah.
The kids have to go back to school. Fees paid. You have to cater for bills, you know. You have to, everything must run as usually, you know.
Yeah.
So I found myself, you know, bargaining within myself. I have to accept this. You look at the kids and you're like, I must, you know, be there for them.
And you are able to answer those questions from the kids. You know, kids ask a lot of questions.
Oh my.
Where is my father? What is this?
In fact, like my younger daughter, every other time. In fact, it is of recent. I think she has understood now.
Yeah.
She was like, where is dad? Why did they put dad there? You know?
Yeah.
Because I never hid her from seeing. In fact, I think that helped to a large extent, because don't lie to kids. Don't you lie to kids, because someday you'll have to answer those questions. I don't know how you'll forget yourself, forgive yourself. Just tell them the truth. It hurts,
Yes.
but someday you'll see the essence of telling them the truth.
Okay.
So I told them dad has gone.
Yeah.
Dad has gone.
Okay.
He's not coming. He'll never come. You know, you better, you know, accept that. So that wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Up till now, they ask some questions, you know, very hard questions, but you find a way of answering those questions.
But
somehow,
lie. Don't lie.
Don't lie. I insist, don't lie. Just
lie.
tell them the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
They will come to understand.
They'll come to understand, and again, it will also help them to come to terms with the fact that their father is no more. So yeah, it helped me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing you have said about recovery is accepting. You try to accepting that you have lost, and then adjusting.
You adjust. Yeah. You adjust to the new, you know, the new life now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you visited a counselor. Did you seek help, or before the help, did you get help from friends or other people?
I sought help.
Yes.
By the way, I owe my friends a lot.
Yeah.
I must confess.
Okay.
Friends are a treasure, and don't isolate yourself, because in this life, at some point, at one given point in this life, you'll need people. Trust you me.
Yeah.
You may be, financially stable. You may need their moral support.
Yes. Yeah.
Somehow you'll need them.
Yeah.
So my friends, my colleagues at work, my immediate family, my relatives, they came in handy and helped me.
How did they help you?
Those messages.
Okay.
Those messages. Not necessarily that you be there in person.
Okay.
Not necessarily that you send money. Fine, you can send. I'm not like saying you cannot. But that message, that text, that call you make, telling somebody, gather courage, stand, be strong, for the kids. Those advices, like for example, you asked me about whether I ever sought help from a counselor. I did.
Yes.
And this didn't come from me.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't that wise to know that. It is a colleague at work who suggested.
Yes.
Sarah, I think it is wise. It is high time you seek for a counselor.
Yeah.
It will do you a lot of good.
Yeah.
And I did. I never ignored.
Okay.
And from that counseling session, those counseling sessions, I learned a number of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, you learned something at the process of the counseling sessions. Eh?
Yeah.
Can you name them? One that you learned that. What are you supposed to do to stop grieving?
One thing I want to be clear is that grieving does not come to an end. You cannot move on. That is a lie.
You move.
You move forward. You move forward. Of course, with the memories.
You live with the pain.
Yeah, very good. In fact, you live with the pain.
Yeah.
And another thing you should also understand is that there are things that contribute to the way you grieve this particular person. Like for instance, the relationship with this person. How was it?
How close
were you? Very close.
Yes.
If it was a parent, if it was a sibling, were you very close? That will contribute to the grieving period, and also the way you'll grieve that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about crying? Were you recommended to cry when in pain?
Thank you for that.
Yes.
I had forgotten it. In fact, cry. Whenever somebody who has lost a loved one is crying, let him cry. This will so much help this person to to be back on his feet.
Okay.
It will help this person to grieve. Let him cry. After that, let him calm down. Help him to calm down also. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that is a way of grieving, crying. Yeah.
So you are talking about the role of friends in assisting people while grieving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, how best can you get? I don't know how that question I can frame.
Yeah.
Who are these friends that help a person? Are another person, or some people who are close to you?
Okay, given that we are talking about grief, at that particular time you don't have that
special friend.
That special friend. Any other person. Any other person can be helpful.
Okay.
Those words, those messages, they are very important.
Yes.
But thereafter, you have this you cannot lack.
Yes.
And this goes to every other person. You'll never lack somebody that you confide in. You can confide in. Somebody close. Somebody you can pour out your heart, onto a shoulder you can lean on. Share these stories. Don't keep them to yourself. Talk about it. Talk about the person.
Yes.
Don't say that you cannot speak about him, that you are rekindling the memories. Talk about it. Anywhere.
Okay.
It will also help you to heal. Very important.
So you ended up being a single mother.
Yeah, and here I am.
And you are still a single mother.
Yeah.
How has it been?
I'm a single mother, and there are challenges that come with it. There is stigmatization. That is one.
Stigmatization. Don't talk about stigmatization. Actually, it's coming up a lot in Kenya
It
nowadays.
is coming up a lot.
Yes.
Like this is inevitable. Like for instance, initially you were married. You know, you were meeting with friends who are married.
Yes.
You were sharing stories of of marriage. You know, of a family.
Yes.
Now here you are left out. You
Okay.
know, left out, singled out because of because you've lost a partner. You'll never again match with those people. You know, so you lose that crew. You know, those friends. You lose them. And then there is loneliness.
Yes.
You know, loneliness is there.
Loneliness.
You lack a person you can confide in, a person who can show your kids love, a father figure.
Yes.
You know, so you'll always be subjected to loneliness. There are financial challenges.
Yes.
There are financial challenges. The problems are many.
Yes.
You know, there are many.
Yeah, there's this thing of nowadays in which single mothers are stigmatized as like, we in a single mother, don't associate with. How can you advise people about the stigmatization of the single mothers?
Yeah. Remember this.
Okay.
I'm not really trying to be controversial or but we are trying to tell each other the truth. There are things in life that you cannot, you know, predict.
Okay.
Life is unpredictable. It is very slippery, and each and everyone knows this. So look at this person.
Yes.
In fact, I never saw this coming. Look at me personally. I had plans, like we had plans as a couple, you know. We were looking forward to do this and this. Now I find myself like, you know, the way I am. I never called for it, you know. I never applied for it.
Yes.
Little did I imagine at one given point I'll find myself like this, you know. So empathize with that person.
Okay.
Feel that person. That is the least you can do. That is if you feel you cannot be with him because maybe you could be having your own reasons, at least empathize with this person. Don't stigmatize this woman, this lady on grounds of single motherhood. It is very wrong. Don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about the kids? How are you dealing with the kids now?
The kids, even now, you know, they say, unknowing, okay, not really unknowingly, but they just say, Dad, you know, they bring, in one way or the other, they bring those memories because they can remember what their dad used to do to them, how he used to treat them, how he used to take them, you know. And you don't shut them. Let them talk about it.
And how do you discipline them?
Let them talk about it. Okay, discipline is, let me not call it tricky, but we all know that corporal punishment
is illegal.
Yes, is illegal. So start it from the house. Yes, you're not going to just cane kids anyhow. Yeah.
So which method do you use?
Dialogue. Honestly, it is dialogue. Yeah. Just do a lot of talking. I don't want to say that I don't cane them. You know, at some point you can be enraged. You know, anger gets the better part of you. You find yourself hitting them. That happens. That is parenting. But embrace dialogue more. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for coming to the show so that you can share more about grieving.
Yeah.
So for now, you can say now you are fully recovered and you have moved on with life. You are okay, and by God's grace, you're fine. In that,
that okay. I'm not the way I was yesterday. I'm not the way I was yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like a change has taken place. You know, time also has a way of healing. Time has a way of healing.
Okay.
But I cannot say that I've healed fully. That is a lie. Because once in a while, you know, I remember, I flash back. You know, these memories come, they overwhelm me. That is why I said you'll never say you can move on.
Okay.
You'll pass at a certain place, or at a certain place you see somebody wearing, you know, maybe a shirt like the one your husband used to wear, you know, somebody who has a physique like, you know, maybe somebody who has worn a perfume, you know, like the one. These things always rekindle the memories.
Okay.
But at least I'm somewhere. I thank God.
We thank God.
Yeah.
That's where we end by saying we thank God for the process of healing of Sarah from grieving. Thank you so much for watching. What is the last word to the viewers?
Yeah, I'll urge single mothers and every other person who is listening to me. Don't sympathize with yourself. Don't just sit there and keep crying, keep living in the past. Just get up and reassure yourself.
Move on.
And try to move on. Try to move, because